Astrology. So what is it really? Well, the Vedic people came up with the name Jyotishi, which is quite a sophisticated name, I believe, and it reveals what this divine science really is. The name itself means the science of light, or the ability to see. Although one would ask, to see what exactly? Let us take a step back and look at where the study stems from. In Vedic culture, Jyotisha is one of the Vendanga. A Vendanga are a study which form an auxiliary to the Vedas. The Vedas simply means knowledge. The Vendanga is something most of us have studied if we have been to a formal education system, and these include Shiksha, or what we call now phonetics, or the sounding of vowels and consonants. Then we come to Chandas, which is the basic musical meter, rhythm, and the scales we use to sing hymns and compose music. Then there's Vyakarana, which is simply grammar, the distinction we use for our language. Nirukta, which is etymology and the understanding of the origins and the true meanings of words and ideas. Then there's Kalpa, which is ritual, mostly reserved for the church and important events which take place in our daily lives from our different religions and belief systems. Then comes Jyotisha, which was used actually as a timekeeping mechanism for planning important dates and the correct time to do certain things. This element we already know and have been using since we were born. The system of time itself comes from Jyotisha, the clocks we use, those ancient and up until the modern ones. The days of the week, the months of the year, and the annual cycles we call years. All this knowledge stems from the study of Jyotisha. Although, like any of these studies, one can choose to go deep and explore the very depths of it, which is what we will be doing here. An example of this is something like the Chandas, or music, which is something the general population can do, although a Beethoven or a John Sebastian Bach is an example of the depths that music can reach. Like with the Vyakarana, William Shakespeare would be a great example of someone who went to the very depths of literature. This is exactly what we are going to do with the study of Jyotisha, to go much deeper than what we already know, which is the days of the week, our timing system, the months of the year, and casually looking at the sun and the moon. We are going to start knowing what these planetary energies represent for the world and for our own personal lives, as we are one with the heavens. There are 3 different branches of Vedic astrology. We have Siddhanta, which deals with mathematical astronomy, including the movement of the planets and calculations. Then there's Samhita, which deals with mundane community, our culture, and major world events. Then there's one which is called Horary, which mainly focuses on the human being as an individual, and the natal chart being the main point of reference. Horary astrology is what we will be focusing on here, as this is solely focused on the man as a being, a unique being according to his place and time of birth. There have been many astrologers which have incarnated in the past, and the two most influential figures are Ptolemy, who I consider the father of the Hellenistic school of astrology and wrote the monumental work Tetrabiblos, and Parashara, who is known for his treatise, the Parashara Hora Shastra. We will look at other texts and the contributions of other great figures later, although for now, this is a great place to begin the study. Also, both these works have similar terms, as I am not a historian, so I would not know who had more influence between the Hellenistic school and the Vedic school. The Parashara Hora Shastra, also known as PPHS, is probably the Bible of the Jyotishis, and this is the book I have personally studied and continue to study daily. So we will be focusing on his work for now, as I'm not trained in the Hellenistic school of astrology. So what is Horary astrology really? When someone is born, an event happens, and this event is like a screenshot of the sky. At the same time, the soul is born, which can be marked by what we come to know as a horoscope. This then becomes the unique birth chart of the person. All of the planetary influences and the energy of each zodiac is imprinted into the consciousness of the being. The first contact or point of reference is the eastern horizon, which is also known as the first house or the Lagna, the rising sign from the eastern horizon. The horoscope then has 11 other houses which show the different areas of our reality here in this realm, such as the native's family, father, mother, home, work, body, finances, skills, talents, and many other factors which contribute to a complete human life. We will be diving deeper into each of these areas, although for now, let us begin with the celestial bodies we already know in the sky above, and get deeper into understanding the metaphysical properties of these planetary energies. Astronomers are more interested in the physical qualities of the planets, although we astrologers are interested in the metaphysical properties of these planets. Let us begin with the king of our solar system, the sun itself. We will be going deeper into all the metaphysical properties of the sun and its role and function in our astrology.